Hello students, I hope you all are doing good. My name is Abhiraj. Today we will see the solution and explanation of Brahma's Test FLT 9. Without wasting time, let's get started. First we will look after the question, then we will look after the explanation and the solution of that particular question. You just need to understand how we approach a question, how a question and a formula is being applied to a given question. Now moving to the physics section and the first question. Okay, as you can see, your first question asks here the percentage error in the measurement of G for the given formula is. You just need to calculate the percentage. You know the percentage is given by delta G upon G into 100. You just need to calculate this value. Now, moving to the solution, as you can see here, first you need to calculate the fractional change, that delta G upon G, and from this formula you know this value is constant, so your delta G upon G will be delta L upon L plus 2 times delta T upon T. So this will be your formula. Multiplying with 100 on the both side, it comes out to be delta G by G into 100. That becomes your formula. Putting the value of delta Ly and 2 times delta T by T, putting all these value, you get the value of delta G by G into 100. That gives in the percentage, that is the 3%. So your correct option will be option number 3rd. Now moving ahead, according to the Malus law, the intensity of fluoride light emerging through analyzer gives, you know, I is equals to I naught cos square theta. It's simply your option number 2nd. It's a conceptual question. Now moving to the third question. A particle is projected from ground at an angle etna above the horizontal with a speed 150 meter per second. The time after which the particle moves etna angle with the vertical. It is asking about the time at which it makes 45 degree with the vertical. I mean, this is the vertical and this is the 45. The particle is projecting in this way. So somewhere in here, the particle will be like in this way, and your for vertical it makes an angle this. So your vertical component will be V cos 45. That will be your vertical component. So you just need to do kinematics and solve it out. Now, solving it out, you know the initial velocity which is V sine 60 in y direction, and initial in x direction, that will be V sine 45. You know all these two values. Now you know Vy is equals to Uy minus 80, because here you can understand that Vy is given Uy, you just need to calculate time, because it is asking about when it makes 45 with the vertical. So you know if it makes 45 with the vertical, it's simply your V times V times what? V times sine 45. That will be your Vy, and putting the Uy, putting the A, that is G equals to 10 meter per second, you can take it if not given, and solving it out you get T equals to this value, and from your options the correct answer will be your option number 3rd. Now moving ahead to the next question. A uniform meter rod is bent in L shape to its midpoint at 90 degree to each. Okay, the distance of center of mass to the bent L will be. Okay, it is asking about the uniform rod and the center of mass concept. Now, this is your like body L shape. You know, center of mass lie along the axis of symmetry. So the axis of symmetry will be this. So center of mass will be somewhere here. That will be XUM and YCUM. You can calculate the XUM and you can calculate the YCUM. You can calculate the XUM of this, then XUM of this. Again, you can calculate the YCUM of this and then YCUM of this. By knowing these two values, you can calculate the mx1 plus nx2 or lx1 plus lx2 by L1 plus L2. By this formula, you can easily find out the value. So once you know the XUM of this, means like system, that will be m for this x, for this XUM, then YCUM for this YCUM, for this YCUM. Putting the values, you get XUM of the system and YCUM of system, and after calculating you need to calculate the distance from the origin. So simply just do the distance using the Euclidean formula of distance, that will be under root x square plus y square. This will be whole in under root You can take it this, and solving it out, it comes out to be L by 4 root 2. That will be option number first will be correct answer. It's a simple formula, like a simple logic and formula based question. Now moving ahead. At what angle will the ray of light be incident on the one face of the collateral film so that the emergent ray graze? Okay, it is also grazing. Grazing means making a 90 degree with the normal, just like this surface and moving in this way. So this is the this is the theta for which this angle grazes, just touching the surface out. You just need to use the Snell's law and the other equations to solve it out. Now you can see here the light incident in the prism goes in this way and finally it grazes out, making a 90 angle with this here. Now you use Snell's law for the first surface. Once you apply the Snell's law, you know the Snell's law is sin I by sin r equals to mu2 by mu1. Putting the value here, you have uh, r1. For this value, you can use the Snell's law for AC surface. Putting the values and you get the value of simply r2. And you know r1 plus r2 is simply your 60 degree, which is the angle of the prism. You know r1 plus r2 is a 60 degree. Similarly, you can apply it for this value. You know r1, you know r2. You can calculate the theta. You can calculate the I. So after this, you can calculate the I. That I will come out to be 90 degree. So particularly for 90 degrees, this will gonna happen. So option second will be the correct answer. You just need to apply this Snell's law on both the surfaces, and one condition, that is r1 plus r2 is equals to a. That is a prism angle condition. This is your surface 1. This is your surface 2. You just need to apply it on the both surfaces to calculate it out. Now moving to the next question. An object is placed at 40 cm from the spherical mirror on the principal axis. If the image is formed inverted and having a magnification depth, the focal length will be inverted. Simply, it will be concave mirror, and a very easy formula based question. You know, like the image for magnification is minus b by u or hi by ho. By putting this, you can calculate the relation between v and u. Hence, by using this, after using the mirror's formula, as you can see here, you can calculate the focal length of the mirror. That will comes out to be minus 40 by 3 centimeter. That option 3 will be a correct answer. It's simply a formula based question. You just need to understand it out. Moving ahead. Two bodies of mass this kg and this kg. Two bodies of mass 5 kg and 4 kg are tied to a string as shown in the figure. If the table and the pulley both are a smooth acceleration of the block, 5 kg body will be. Okay, it is asking over the 5 kg body. You just need to calculate the net force. Net force will be in this direction, that is a 5g. From the 5g, you have a 2 mass, that is 4 kg, and 5 kg, 5 by 9, something like that. So your acceleration will directly comes out to be 5g by 9. That's option 4 will be correct. So that again a straightforward question. No need to think too much here. Now moving ahead. A cell develops the same power across the 5 ohm and 25 ohm, the internal resistance. Okay, let's suppose you have a two types of resistance, like one this cell of this, and this is R, this is capital R, and this is V. Again, you have another cell of same with different internal, sorry, same internal resistance, and this is R2, this is R1. Calculate the power P1 in this case. Again, in this case, then equating P1 equals to P2 and solving for a small r. Simply by doing this, you can calculate the P2. From here, you can calculate the P1, equating both and solving for a small r. That will comes out to be, once you solve it out, a small r comes out to be capital R1 into R2. So after solving for 5 into 21, 25, that will be 5 root 5. So option number 3 will be a correct answer. Moving ahead. A block of mass m is placed on an elevator moving down. It is moving down with the accelerator. Okay, ठीक है. The work done by a normal reaction on the block as the, it is asking about the work done by the normal force. Once it is moving down, if you apply the pseudo force, the mass is this, the pseudo force will act in upward direction, and mg will be in this direction. Simply moving through a height h, your force will be simply comes out to be mg and mg minus, or you can apply the outside, normal is equals to mass, that will be mass your m and then again it is moving with a g, because it is going with a g acceleration. Okay, accelerating downward with a g. So calculating it out, you get, okay, solve. Here it is done wrongly. Let's solve it out. You have an elevator, and there is a block of mass placed in the elevator, moving down. It is moving down. Okay, you have mass m. You know between there is an mg acting in it, and normal force acting in it. If it is moving with a g, then simply your normal force will be zero, so the work done will be zero. If it is moving with a g, so the normal, it feels weightlessness, so your no options are given there, because it is moving down with the acceleration this. So you need to understand it out. It is moving not with a g by 3, it's moving with a g. So once it is moving with a g, then the force of normalization gets zero, and hence work done is zero. So answer will be zero, which is not mentioned here. So you just need to take care of mistake. In there, typing error will be there. The speed of a wave in a vacuum. No, in is same for all the days. You just know it is same for all the days. A metal wire 6 meter area of cross section this Young's model this and behaves as a spring of a spring constant, simply k. The spring constant k. So after solving it out, it's a simply your conceptual question of Young's modulus. You know Young's modulus will be like you can calculate where Young's modulus is k times or spring constant L by a. From here you can calculate the k. K will be a spring constant. K will be simply your ya by L. You putting the value of ya, and L, you can calculate the value of k. And after solving out, you can see in the explanation k comes out to be 100 times of Newton meter. Like option number 4 will be the correct answer. Now moving ahead. A diffusion current in a PN junction is greater than the drift current in magnitude. Okay, which it is asking about diffusion current. You know the diffusion current is greater than the drift current in the case of forward bias. Yeah, in the case of forward bias, diffusion current, amount of charges that diffuse is greater than the like drift current. Now moving ahead, water is flowing through a channel as shown in the figure. Three sections A, B, C are shown. A, B, C have an equal cross section. Okay, A area is same for all. PA, PVC are the pressure. A like A, B, here it is A, here it is B, here it is C. Yeah, you just need to understand where the pressure is higher or smaller. Okay, you need to understand it out. The area of cross section is same for everywhere. So when the area of cross section is same for everywhere, you know that pressure area is same for everywhere. So the pressure, like here the atmospheric pressure will be more, so here like the weight of the liquid also, PC pressure will be high, and for this if area is high, like area is this way, B will be less, so and A will be most less. So simply your option that will be correct here is like of PBC, that will be option number 4 will be your correct answer. You can see all the explanation here. I'm just holding it out. You can read the explanation using the continuity equation and the Bernoulli equation. You can understand it out simply here. Now moving ahead, two plates of equal area and length having a thermal conductivity of ratio is placed in a contact. Okay, the temperature of the external first plate is itna and that of external surface second plate is itna. The temperature of the contact, it is asking, it's a simply equilibrium type condition case. You just need to equate those out. Okay, you just need to understand that the temperature of the contact surface. Simply use a thermal. You can use the again Young's modulus will be equal for the same plates, equating both as A into delta T A by L or K2 into delta T A by L. Equating this. After equating this, you know that it will come out to be simply into calculate alpha 1 delta T plus equal to alpha 2 delta T. Here alpha is written by K. There is no meaning of the symbol change. Okay. Just putting the value, you can get the K1 by K2, and K1 by K2 is given 3 by 5 ratio thermal conductivity ratios. Okay, putting the value, you can calculate the temperature. Temperature is 45 degrees Celsius. You can also understand this will be given in the Kelvin also. Okay, now moving ahead. 5.6 liter of helium gas as STP adiabatically compressed to this liter. Okay, STP is standard temperature pressure to understand it out. Taking the initial temperature of T1, the work done by the gas. Okay, you just need to calculate the work done. You know, in the work done in the case of uh, this value, you just need to understand it out. First, you need to use the means like the adiabatic equation. So your adiabatic equation in terms of temperature and the volume is Tv raised to gamma minus 1 is constant. Putting the value of T1, T2, you just need to initial will be T1. You don't know the final temperature, but you know the initial to the final. It is compressed to, if you say the initial volume is something, it will be compressed to V minus time 0.7 liter. The final will be 0.7 times V. From here you get the value of T2. Now you can use the formula of work done. That will be simply your, here you can calculate the work done, and work done will be calculated by using this formula also. N1 there is a like it's adiabatic process now. So you can calculate the 1 by gamma N1 T1 plus N1 T1 minus N2 T2 by 1 minus gamma. There are some other formulas also. You can use this in the term NRT, and or you can multiply NRT1 minus or P1 V1 minus P2 V2 by 1 minus gamma. You can use this formula by putting P1 V1, that will be N1 RT1 and 2 RT2. Putting all these values, you can calculate the work done in terms of T1. It will come out to be minus 9 by 8 RT1. That will be option number second. Now moving ahead, the kinetic energy of an electron is quadrupled 4 times. So kinetic energy will increase up to 4 times of kinetic energy. De Broglie wavelength. Simply you just need to understand that the de Broglie wavelength is h upon under root of 2 times m a kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is increased like 4 times, so de Broglie becomes half. Simply putting 4, taking root out, it becomes half. A gaseous mixture consists of 16 gram helium, 16 gram of oxygen. Okay, you know that the helium and the oxygen, you just need to calculate the Cp by Cv, that is the gamma. You just need to calculate the gamma, and or you can use the formula if you wanted for the mixture. Okay, it is asking for the mixture. Sorry, it is asking for the mixture. So for mixture, it will be like N1 Cp1 plus N, or you can use this formula like now. Gamma mix will be simply your 1 plus 2 by F mix. First calculate the F mix, that will come out to be N1 F1 plus N2 F2 by N1 plus F2. You can go in this way also, you can see the solution. I am telling you in a different way. N1 F1 plus N2 F2 by N1 plus N2. Putting these values, you calculate the F mix. Putting the F mix here, you get your gamma mix. So after solving out, you will come out to 1.62. Your will be your answer. Option number 4 will be your correct answer. Moving ahead, starting from the origin, a body oscillates simple harmonically with a time period is given. Okay, after the time, the kinetic energy will be itna. It is just like energy based question for the simple harmonic SHMK. You know the total energy of the particle always remains the same in the SHM. That will be half m square omega. Kinetic energy of the particle, you will calculate in this way according to the problem. Like the kinetic energy is 75% of the total energy. So you can calculate the time after which the kinetic energy will become the 25% of the total energy. After solving it out, you will come out to be T will come out to be capital T by 12. You just need to equate this equation. The kinetic energy is equals to the 75% of total energy. You know the expression of kinetic energy, you know the expression of for total energy. Just equating this equation, kinetic energy is equals to 75% of total energy, you will get your answer smoothly. Now moving ahead, so your answer will come out to be T upon T by 12 second. That will be your base. T is the total time period of the oscillation, and there is 12. A stretch string 0.2 meter long has a fundamental frequency. The velocity of the transverse. It is asking about the velocity. A length is given. Simply your length is given. Yes, fundamental frequency is given. You just need to calculate the velocity. You know, like the velocity is equals to lambda by t. Okay, or you can say lambda into mu. You just need to calculate the lambda, and lambda can be calculated by the length. You know, length is equals to lambda by 2. Simply just you know the length, you can calculate the lambda. Putting the value of lambda, you can calculate the velocity. So after solving it out, you get lambda this, and putting the lambda here, you get the velocity is 400 meter per second. That will be option second is your correct answer. Now moving ahead. In a vernier caliper, n division of vernier scale coincide with n minus 1. Okay, you need to understand n VSD is equals to n minus 1 VSD. Okay, one is one of least count is given for you, or like the least count of the instrument in centimeter is asking. So n VSD equals to n minus 1 MSD. You can calculate that it's coincide with the main scale division. N VSD is coinciding with the n minus 1 MSD. So from here you can calculate the 1 VSD, and least count you know the form by formula, that is 1 MSD minus 1 VSD. Putting the value of 1 VSD, you can calculate the least count in terms of MSD. So that will come out to be simply 1 by 10 times n centimeter. 1 by 10 times n centimeter. So option third will be your correct answer. Now moving ahead. An artificial satellite of Earth releases packages. If the air resistance neglected, the package will reach Earth. With a very high speed, the package will never reach the Earth. Package will never reach the Earth. Okay, the artificial satellite. Okay, it is asking about the artificial satellite. For the artificial satellite, if you release it out, there will be no like availability of the package on the Earth. Simply, it is moving in the satellite with the same velocity. Okay, and it moves around the orbit. The packages will also start moving throughout the orbit. By using the centrifugal force, you can calculate. It will never reach to the Earth's surface. Moving ahead. The net dipole moment of magnitude. Okay, it is asking about the net dipole moment. Here that is plus q charge, here minus 2q charge, here plus q. 120. It's a simple question. Okay, take plus or minus and minus or plus. Here one dipole in this way, another dipole this way. You just need to understand that the angle between two dipole is 60 degrees. Use the vector formula under root of p1 square plus p2 square plus 2 p1 p2 cos theta, and putting all the values, you get the net dipole is equals to simply your 2 times 2a. You can use this formula. Okay, no need to worry about, because dipole is from minus to plus this way. Okay, so here the dipole will be in this direction, here the dipole will be in this direction. So the angle will be 120 degrees. My mistake, I told 60. So putting the values of angle and use it as a vector, you calculate, and it comes out to be option number first. Now moving ahead for the question number 23. The binding energy of the hypothetical like PQR nuclei are this, the energy released in the reaction. You just need to calculate the energy release. Energy release is the binding energy of product minus binding energy of the reactant. So you just need to put the value in the binding energy of product minus reactant. Your product is R and your reactant is this. So R for R it is itna minus the sum of this will come out to your answer. That will be 12 mega electron volt. A simple formula with question. Out of the following, which one is not a possible energy for a photon to be emitted by hydrogen atom according to now? Okay, which is not possible? Okay, possible means like which case? You know simply that according to the Bohr postulate, the energy of hydrogen atom is given by minus 13.6. Therefore, 11.1 electron will be not energy. You can put the value of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and putting all the values, you get to know that only from the given option, the option 4 will be such energy that will not come out to be while excitation or de-excitation on it in the hydrogen atom. Now moving ahead. A semicircular arc, okay, radius a and the charge uniformly with lambda. The electric field at the center. It's a simple, very well-known formula. Lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught a. That will be your answer. It's a simple theoretical question. You can also derive it out. This question is already done in your classes, so you must remember this standard formulas also. It will like save your time a lot. A uniform, otherwise you need to do a lot of integration here. Okay. A uniform wire of resistance 50 ohm is cut into 5 equal parts. Okay, these parts are now connected in the parallel. Okay, it is connected in the parallel. You just need to understand it out. 50 ohm connect 5 parts. Okay, 10 ohm, 10 ohm, 10 ohm. 5 times. Connected in the, it's simply 10 by 5. That will be your 2. You know, in the parallel, if the resistance is same, so just R equivalent will come out to be R by N. So using this formula, 10 by 5 is equals to 2. Next question. The maximum power dissipated for an AC circuit is maximum power in the resistive circuit. Simply, the maximum power is always dissipated in the case of resistive circuit. If the circuit behaves resistively, then there will be maximum loss of the power. Moving ahead. In a PN junction photocell, the value of photoelectromagnetic force produced by monochromatic light is proportional to, okay, the value of force, it is depends on intensity of falling, okay, frequency of light falling, voltage applied on the PN junction, the value. No, it depends on the intensity, the amount of intensity that falls. You can also understand the theory from here. In the PN junction photocell, the value of photoelectromagnetic force produced by monochromatic light is proportional to the intensity of falling on the cell. So it's simply your theoretical based question. You just need to understand the theory. So option 1 will be your direct correct answer. Now, which logic is represents by this? It's an logic. You understand it out. A not a bar, and this is your simply once you solve it out, it comes out to be your like or not get. So or not get a bar b bar, or putting a bar plus b bar to the bar, and it behaves like a AB. It's like a AND gate. Sorry, NAND gate. No. AB. The final result will be AB now. Using the De Morgan's theorem, it will be applied NAND gate, because AND gate will be AB, but AND gate will be NAND gate will be AB to the bar. So it will come out to be this, but here it is coming AB, so it is just an AND gate, multiplication of A into B. So option second will be your correct answer. Now moving ahead. A circular coil having n turns and radius carries the current I. It is held in xy plane. The magnetic field, the torque on the coil. It is just asking about the torque. You just know torque is equals to mv sine theta. So just calculating all the quantities here. Theta will be 90 here, and magnetic moment, you will calculate I times A simply. So therefore n turns, it's NIA, and B is given. Putting the values, you get torque, and A will be a circular wire to pi r square. So your formula final answer will be B pi r square I times N. That will be option number second. So your correct answer. It's again a formula based question. Moving ahead. A magnet is suspended so as to swing horizontally, makes a 50 vibration per minute at a place where the dip is 30° angle, 40 vibration where dip is this. Compare the Earth's total field at the two places. It is just asking about the Earth's total field at two places. Okay, now moving to the explanation. And that will be simply proportional to under root times BH, or like B cos the horizontal component of the magnetic field. It is asking. So N1 by N2 is equal to B1 cos theta 1 by B1 cos theta 2. Putting the values of N1 and 2, that is given here, 50 vibration and the 40 vibration, and theta 1 and theta 2, you get the value of simply B1 by B2. So solving the formula, you get the B1 by B2, the ratio of the, compare the Earth's total magnetic field at the two places. That will comes out to be 25 times of 25 by 8 root 6. Options are like first will be your simply correct answer for this value. Now moving to the next question, you just need to calculate the ratio of B1 upon B2 here. Okay, now moving ahead. Two concentric coils of 10 turns each are placed in the same plane. Their radii is 20 centimeter and 40 centimeter. Okay, carrying this current and this current. A current is in opposite direction. Okay, in opposite direction. The magnetic field in the center. Okay, for this, like the center, the magnetic field is simply mu naught Ni upon 2r. So there is opposite direction. So the magnetic B1, final magnetic will be B1 minus B2. Just you need to calculate the B net. B net will be B1 minus B2. Putting all the values, you get 5 by 4 times B0. It's again the formula based question. You don't need to worry too much about this. It's again, you just need to calculate the B1 minus B2. at the center, because for one coil it is moving in one direction, another is opposite direction, so you just need to subtract it out. So because the magnetic field will be in opposite direction. Now in the circuit shown in the figure, the AC source gives the voltage. Okay, voltage is given relative to the source resistor, the voltmeter ammeter reading. It is asked, okay, it is an NCR circuit, you can see here. It is asking about the here ammeter, here voltmeter. Okay, you just calculate the voltmeter and ammeter concept. Okay, you know XL equal to omega L, calculating you get the XL, XC 1 by omega C, you can calculate the XC. Simply, you just need to take R equal to 0 at its set source, neglecting the resistance source. So, XL equals to XC for the case of resonance. Putting this value, you calculate the condition of resonance. In the condition of resonance, it simply acts as a resistive circuit. So, current will be V by R. Calculating, your current will be 1.4 ampere, and once you calculate the current, you just need to along the potential difference across the 4 of resistor. So your potential drop will be 5.6 volt and current will be 1.4. So option 4 will be your correct answer. You just need to understand the question and again using the formula and solve it out. Moving ahead, the potential difference across the resistance, capacitance. Okay, this. The power factor cos phi, you know R by Z. Simple formula. You know R, you can calculate this Z. Z is equals to under root of XL minus XC to the whole square plus R square. Just putting the value, you can give the power factor. After solving, your power factor will come out to be 0.8 volt. No, it will be not volt. It will be 0.8. Not in the case of volt, yeah. Once you take it as a voltage, the ratio will be same volt upon volt as is the resistance upon resistance. The R equals to what? V equals to IR. So simply R is equals to what? V by I. Putting the value VR by V X Z, I will be cancelled out. Again there will be both potentials. So potentials will be cancelled out. Simple. Now moving ahead. Two axial coils are very close to each other and the mutual induction between them is 10 mega Henry. If the current is this passing, then the peak value, okay, it is just asking about the peak value. You know EMF is equals to minus m di by dt. Putting the values, I function is given, your m is given. Just put the values, you can see in the formula, m is this, di by dt, and calculate it out. Your in magnitude comes out to 125 cos 580. So your peak value will be 120. Peak value is simply E. E equals to E naught sin omega t. So your peak value will be E naught. This is your peak value. Your E will comes out to be this. So your peak value will be 125 volt. So option third will be your correct answer. Now moving ahead, the question of dimension analysis. Let's see the question. Section B, the velocity of the particle as a function. Okay, this is given. A, B, C, D constant. The dimension of this value. You know, this is the velocity that will be LT minus 1, which is equal to simply, you can take A, T square, all will be equal to each other as both all are in sum. So from here you can calculate the A. A will be, each will be equal to, you can say also VT. So A T square. So A will be LP minus 1 by T square. So your A will be LP minus 3. Simply LP minus 3. You just need to calculate similarly A, then you have to calculate the B, then you calculate the D, then you calculate the C. You know the value of or the dimensions of A, B, and C. Now you just need to put the dimension of AB by CD. Putting A into B and then divide by C into D. By putting the values, you get the dimension of AB by CD is equals to L2 to the power minus 9. Sorry, minus 8. So option second will be your correct answer. It's the simple dimensional concept plus the manipulation. You know, if there is the equation, the dimension of left hand is equals to the dimension of each term in the right hand side. Just need to use this concept and solve it. Now moving ahead, next question. The moment of inertia of a wheel of radius, this is it now. Moment of inertia of a wheel of radius. Okay. If the tangential force itna applied on the wheel, the rotational kinetic energy. It is asking about the rotational kinetic energy. Rotational kinetic energy will be half I omega square. You know half, you know I. We just need to calculate the omega at t equals to 5 seconds. So omega you can calculate by omega is equals to omega naught plus alpha t. You know omega naught, omega, if you know the tangential force, you can calculate the alpha. Alpha is equals to a by r. By this a by r, you can calculate the alpha. Omega naught, if it's just started, so you simply your omega naught will be 0. So omega naught will be 0. You know the alpha, you can calculate the a. A will be simply your f by m upon r. You know, just calculating each and every value, you get the omega at t equals to 5. T equals to 5 seconds. Putting the value of omega here, you get the rotational kinetic energy. You can see the solution here. By putting the t equals to 5 and omega of this, you can calculate the kinetic energy that will come out to be 15 joules. It's again a formula based question. You can see in the NEET paper, you just need to understand the application of formula. Okay. Now moving ahead. For constructive interference take place between two monochromatic light waves of lambda, the path difference. Okay, it is asking about the constructive wavelength. You know, path difference will be n lambda for constructive wavelength. This is a simple theoretical question. No need to understand. And phase difference will be 2 and pi. You just need to remember it's a theoretical question, or you also read in the theory about this. Now moving ahead. A particle moves in a straight line with a constant is changing the velocity from this to this. Okay, while passing through a distance t second, the value of t. Okay, you can calculate this. You know there is a s is equals to simply. You just need to calculate this now. So simply you need to understand that your final velocity is this, and initial velocity is this, distance is this. So you calculate the v square equal to v square plus 2as. From here you can calculate the a. You know v, you know u, you know s, you can calculate the a. By using a is equals to v minus u by t. From here you can calculate the t. So after solving, your t will come out to be 9. Okay, wrong. It's simply 9 second on. So your option will be second, will be your correct answer. You can do the calculations easily. Now, like when an object is in equilibrium state, it must be rest. Okay, no force acting at 0, not acceleration 0. All of these are correct because in the equilibrium, it's simply in the rest. So net force will be 0, net acceleration will be 0, and it is in the rest. Moving ahead, a man runs towards a stationary plane mirror at a speed is now. What is the speed of the image with respect to mirror? It's 15. But if it is asking with respect to man, this is with respect to man, and this is with respect to mirror, because mirror is in the rest, which is you can take as the ground. 15 meter in opposite direction. Magnitude will be 15 meter per second. With sign, it's minus 15. Oil lies up in the thick oil of lamp because it is asking about the oil. Due to the capillary effect, you know, in any like the liquid rise due to the effect of capillary. You can also understand the theory from here. Oil lies up in the wick of lamp due to capillary action. Capillary is the ability of liquid to flow in the narrow spaces without the help of external forces. The wick acts as a capillary tube and the oil lies due to surface tension of the liquid. Okay, the capillary action takes place due to the presence of pores in the wick. The is an example of capillary action where the adhesive force is greater than the cohesive force. It's simple, a capillary lies phenomena. Now moving ahead. In a semiconducting material, the mobilities of electron, okay, mu V and mu V, whole. Okay, which of the following is true? It is asking about the mobility. You know, in the semiconducting material, the mobility of obviously you know the mobility of electron is greater than the mobility of this. Like hole. You can also understand the theory. The mobility of electron in the conduction is more than the mobility of hole in the valence band. This is because electron is lighter than holes, therefore it requires less energy to move. As a result, electrons have a higher mobility than holes. So option first will be the correct answer. Like the mobility of this electron is higher than the mobility of the hole. Okay, because you can understand it out by using the concept of lighter mass of the whole, like the whole is more greater than the mass of electron. So the amount of like work needed to move partly to the electron is less to the in comparison to the whole. mu is also Vd by E. If you put the same electric field, Vd is simply your drift velocity, that is simply your EE by m tau. So if mass will be greater, mobility will be less. You can understand with this formula also. It is not mentioned here, but I told you. Moving ahead. The internal resistance of a cell of EMF 2 volt is it now. Okay, you given the E, you given the small r. You know E equals to V minus IR. It is connected to resistance, you know the capital R. Okay, the voltage equals, you just need to do the V is equals to E plus IR, and I you can put that by like E EMF by R plus a small r. By putting this, you calculate the I, putting the value of I, you calculate the V. It's again a formula based question. You calculate the I, then R equivalent, then I, you calculate the I, and now V equals to E minus I. Simply you just, as I said, you do the same. That will come out to be 1.94. Moving ahead, photoelectrons are emitted by the metal surface only when frequency of light exceeds a certain minimum light duration and angle. No. Wavelength of light exceeds a certain minimum. Mentally no. Only option first will be correct. Photoelectrons will only come out if the incident frequency is higher than the threshold frequency of the work or the work function of the metal. So if the frequency means energy of the light falling on it is higher than the work function, only it will come out. There is a chance to come out with a maximum kinetic energy. 1 mole of ideal gas undergoes a pressure T equals to this, T temperature V this. If the volume of gas increases from this to this, the work done. Okay, it is asking about the work done in this process. You know work done is equals to integration P dV. You just need to use the P or dV in the terms of this. You know PV equals to nRT or P equals to nRT by V. Simply you need to understand it out. Put the value of this T in the terms of this or V in the terms of this. Putting this value here, simply solving it out, then using integration and solve it out, it will come out to be 300 R ln2 plus 4R. 300 R ln2 plus 4R. That will be your answer. You just need to calculate the work done. You just need to understand. You can only integrate this value if you are able to get P in terms of V. So you know by the ideal gas equation, it are telling it is ideal gas at 1 mole. You can take N is equals to 1. You know R is the constant, T is the temperature, which is given in the function of V. So putting the value, you will get all the terms in the terms of V. And then you know the integration, V initial is this and V final is this. You need to put the values and get the answer. Now moving ahead. A hollow cylinder. Okay, you have a hollow cylinder of charge q within it. Okay, with electric flux of a unit voltmeter associated with the curved surface b. Okay, plus with the plane surface. Okay, you know by the total surface, you just need to understand it out. Okay, you know like the if you have a hollow cylinder and there is a charge q through whole surface, flux total will be q by epsilon naught. That will be simply your for your curved surface and 2 times of flat surface. So you know the for the flat surface it's simply 2 by epsilon naught minus of pi by 2. So 1 by 2 times this option suppose will be the correct answer. It's a simple like mathematical manipulation question. Now moving ahead, the time period of revolution of a planet A around the sun is 8 times of that P. Okay, around the time of revolution of planet A around the sun. Okay, there is a two planets, one planet A, then planet B. The time period for one is 8 times of B. Okay, into this, you know, time period and this one. The distance from, okay, how many times? Okay, you know the time period is cube is proportional to R square. Sorry, I'm telling it wrongly. Oppositely, you know T square is proportional to A. I know the derivation, but sometimes it's hard to remember it out. I just missed out in this two, 3. It's C square is proportional to AQ. Okay, you can prove it out. Okay, no need to worry about. So by using this formula, you know T1 square is equals to R1 cube by T2 square is equals to R2 cube. You know T1 T2, you can calculate the R1 by R2. It simply come out to be R1 by R2, yeah, or RA by RB is equals to 4. Again formula of this question. Now moving to the simply your next question. Wavelength of the first line of Balmer's edge. Okay, you know Balmer and final will be 2 and initial will be whatever you want. And final will be 2. Lambda. What will be the wavelength of the same in doubly ionized lithium? Okay, it is asking about the doubly ionized. For that case, if it is not hydrogen, 1 by lambda is simply calculated by RZ square, then 1n final square minus 1n initial square. Just need to put this R, this Z here, and you can calculate it out. Okay. Energy is equals to what? Minus 13.6 n square, Z square by n square. Okay. Simple. This Z comes out in the case of if it is not hydrogen. Simply, that's the same. Energy is equals to what? H mu, hc by lambda. From here, you can get 1 by lambda is proportional to Z square now. So just use this formula. This formula comes out from here, this energy relation. Putting the value of Z, W ion as lithium. So for lithium, simply Z equals to 3. Put the value 3, you can use the lambda. And lambda is lambda is proportional will be, after solving it out, your new lambda dash will come out to be lambda times lambda by 9. Moving to the last question, the angle between the electric lines and the equipotential 90 degrees. In the case of equipotential surfaces, there will be no any component of field along the like the surface. If it will be, there will be work done, and there is no difference in the potential on the equipotential surface. So all the electric field lines must be perpendicular to the equipotential surface. It's a theoretical question, it up. Okay, so your option will be second will be your correct answer. Now we completed the explanation of all 50 questions. You can understand here that the main concept is your formula and its application. You must need to understand also there are some theoretical concept that you need to memorize it out to like save your time during the examination. I hope you understand the concept or the explanation. You won't need to focus on your what you revise or what you just this solution are just for your help or your like cross checking yourself. Okay, where you are doing the wrong thing. But you need to understand into this. Some you need to remember the concept, another you need to understand how to apply the formula to a particular question. If you have any doubt, you can put on the comment section. I will try to give the solution over there. Thank you very much.